What do you just take out of this?
A lot. You know, the film is so good for our guys. Whether it was a scrimmage we had last weekend or, you know, we're going to. I wouldn't press that small of a team normally. We'd normally get back and probably play a little different. Maybe zone press them a little bit more. But I'm trying to get at a pace to where I think we're going to play throughout the year. And we're having trouble getting from pressure defense to our half court, which is kind of different, which is more of a be in the gap type of defense, and we're hugging our men, so we're late, we're reacting. Second half, I thought we did a much better job of pressure into our regular half court defense, and that's something we'll work on. But the layups and the softness was something that you have to finish, you have to be strong, and I appreciate the Big East referees not calling a lot of fouls against them. I do. I mean, I think it's good for us. It's the finish through contact.
Mike, what was it like for you to be actually playing a basketball game today after what this week has been?
It was enjoyable. To be honest, it was the first time my mind's not on, okay, where am I going to get gas? You know, where are the kids going to stay? When are they going to have school? Is there mold growing in my crawl space? You know, things that everybody in New Jersey is thinking about now. So I was very excited when I woke up this morning. And extra early because I forgot it was day late, fall back. But it was exciting to not think about all of those things.
My impression, especially the first half, was the ball sharing, the ball movement was very good, the intent to throw inside. You must be pleased with those things. Those
very much so. He went more man. I told him he had to go 50-50, the opposition, and he did. He played a little bit more man, and he wouldn't play man against us normally. I thought we didn't finish very well, but the execution was there. The purpose was there. This was our game plan, and that's what they did. And against zone, I didn't hate the shots. We just didn't finish very well.
Mike, did they look inside as much? Did Wally get open as much as you wanted to? Did they look inside as much?
The first half he did. The second half I thought it was just we were too rushed and hurried with our zone offense. But again, I thought 2 or 3 times in free throws. I don't know. You know, he was 3 for 8, so he got to the free throw line. He was right there. I thought his free throws, you know, all of them should have went in. They look good. It's just you got to finish those type of things.
What did you see from Wally and Kadeem and the rest of the front court?
I like their energy. I like that we now have some balance, and when we do get it in there, that there's going to be some production, and you know, their size, and again, they're a work in progress, especially Kadeem and Derek and Malik, but Austin and Wally are guys who we can count on, who are bigger and stronger, who can throw it down and positive things happen, whether it's points, get to the free throw line, or nice assist.
Mike, how do you make a team finish better around the basket? How does that happen?
Again, that's a toughness and a focus. We do a lot of finishing drills through contacts, through pads, but that's just it's a matter of toughness and not worrying about contact or anything else that goes in it. Just go and finish. You know, the layups, Jerome's layups, Vincent's missed dunks. Those things are they're silly, to be honest with you. They're immature. You have to finish those, and they will be brought up in film session.
Mike, Eli Carter had 6 assists. You got to love that number.
I love that number, and I told Eli to breathe. There was about 3 or 4 possessions in the second half. Eli's got to touch the ball. When we're not scoring, they have to understand that he has to touch the ball, that he has to get a shot off, that we have to look. And when he did, in the last year, he would have shot the first shot wherever it may be, and he actually drove and kicked it, and which led to assist. I think there's some growth there, but there's also got to be growth in understanding he has to get the ball when we go on a drought. When there was about an 8-minute stretch, we didn't do 2 things very well. I don't think we didn't finish well. We didn't get him the ball, and it affected our defense. Our energy and our purpose defensively let down because we had trouble scoring for that 8 minutes.
Which you don't want to see,
Oh
obviously.
God, that's what we were last year. 2 years ago, it didn't worry if we went half of the first half. You would always have that same relentlessness and same purpose. This group has to develop that.
Mike, as far as closing out on shooters, is that part of pressing, and they need to figure out how to get back in the half court?
Yes.
How do you How did they learn that?
Through drills, through practice, through time. And again, this is something we're pressing so much more in practice and learning how to speed teams up and get more possessions. I loved it in the first half. These guys, and they were open, don't get me wrong, you're going to give up some open shots, but it's not at their pace. Their pace, they're a slow-down team. They averaged 58 points a game last year, so their pace is, we made them play at our pace. We made them speed up, and maybe they weren't comfortable in that pace. And so we can't average 63 points a game. We can't have the same number of possessions as we did last year. This team is not, team has to run up, and so it has to, it's a process. You have to develop and go from, that full court relentlessness to half court. Now what are we doing? Well, you're closing out the shooters. We're in the gaps. We're shell type of defense.
Greg Lewis, Mike, you want to listen?
Yeah, I do. He's going to redshirt. He's had some complications with his knee, but it's not a medical redshirt. He's had 3 injections to ease it was a bone bruise now, but you can get from Eric, our trainer. But he's going to redshirt, which is, I think, for both the program and himself. He's going to be so much more developed and mature, and his skills and his body are just developing every day. And so, 2 years down the line, he's going to be a monster. And so we're really excited about kind of the mature approach decision that him and his family and the coaching staff came to. And again, missing with the complications on his knee and it being uncomfortable. Same thing with his abdomen last year, or no, appendix. With his appendix, he missed all of preseason again. It's the same thing. He was going to have to catch up, and by the time he's ready, it's late December, and so he's like, look, let me make sure I get completely healthy. Let me have time off. Let's heal this thing properly, and I'll redshirt for the year.
Any projection on when you're going to get power, Mike, at home? Any word on that?
Michael, they said maybe Wednesday or Thursday next week.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm not real sure, but they're talking about next Wednesday or Thursday. And again, my family stayed over my sister-in-law's. I slept at home and saw my breath this morning. So it was a unique, you're in your house and you're supposedly warm and comfortable, and I wake up and I can see my breath. So it's what everybody in New Jersey's going through.
Hang in there.
Mike, last thing on that, what's it like down there? Have you been able to see much down there? Or?
We did drive around a little bit through Long Branch. And try to get in Seabright and Oceanport a little bit, but it's because you spend so much time there, it almost drains you when you go down there, because it's not the same, and I don't know if it'll ever be the same. Now, they can't. Of course, they're going to rebuild, and they're going to have times, but the establishments where you go eat and drink at, the beach clubs that me and my family have been to, it's different, and it'll take some time, but I keep hearing the way it's handled, and especially the people on the shore, especially the Seabright, the Oceanport, the Long Branch. You go down, the way it's being handled is so professional. So that makes me feel good about being, a citizen of New Jersey. The way and they're dealing with those people, and the outreach that they have is remarkable.
Mike, how much evidence did you see of that added strength you've been talking about?
Yeah, none. Soft, all muscle, and looked like Tarzan, played like Jane. Again, it is. It'll be a factor, but tonight, for some odd reason, they weren't focused on finishing through contact. And again, I like where we're at right now. It's just there's some things we need to tighten up.